Hello everyone. So in this video I will show you how to use the array list in Java. So it is the most used collection Java application or Java projects. So I will show you like how to add the elements in array list, how to add objects, or how to get the elements from the array list, or how to remove or search. And I will also show you some Java 8 features like streaming API, and I will show you like how to map or filter using Java stream API. So here let's start with a very basic one. um, so let's start with a very basic application. So here I will create the list of object, and let's say I want to store integer. Okay, so I can create here new and array list. So here I'm specifying integer, meaning is I can add only integer elements and its sub element. Okay, subtype of element. So let's say if he wants to add new element, so we have here multiple methods. Add one elements, here replace on a specific index, or add on a specific index number. Here add all, if you have already one collections then you can add, or you can add collection on a specific index number. So let's learn this first one. So I added here the okay, so I added here, if you see, the 5 element in the array list. And let's print. If you want to print this all element, just you can simply write here list. It is for testing one. You can print this all elements and you can see all 5 elements here, and we are seeing in the same order in which we have added. So array list maintain the order whenever you are adding the elements. Okay, we will see some more methods here of array list. Let's say if he wants to see the size of list, means how many elements we have currently in the list, so we can use the side method, and if you see, it will show the 5. If he wants to get the index of a specific element, so what you can do is system.out.println, and you can write index of. Okay, so if you pass here any value, let's say if you are passing 18, so it will show the index number of that element. And if that element doesn't found, so you can see here 3, we are seeing the output, but 0 1 2 3 18 I search, so which is on index number 3. Let's say if you say here list dot get. Okay, if you want to get element from a specific index number, let's see if you pass 5. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4 5, if you pass 5, what will happen is it will throw the exception and the index out of bound exception. So the first element is stored on the 0 index number 1 2 3 4. So the max index we have is 4, so maximum value we can pass 4. Okay, so we should have a valid index number. We can see the 19 is stored on that element number, that index number. Okay, even the same way, this one, if you pass suppose 180, index of 180, so it's not there, so it will return what? -1. Okay, so this is what the basic method, like add, is to add the new element, size, the number of elements present in that list, index of, it will return the index number. If found, then it will return that index number, else it will return -1. Get, if you pass any specific index number, it will return that element from the list. If you pass invalid index number, then it will throw the exception. Let's say if you want to remove the element. Okay, if you want to remove, or you want to check basically if this exists or not, so list dot contains. Let's say if you pass contains 12, so it will return true or false. Okay, so directly we can print here list dot contains. So contains method, let's say if you want to check 1 4. Okay, so it should return true. Okay, so it is returning true. Let's see if you add 140, which is not in that list, so we should see what? False. Okay, in the same way, let's say if he wants to remove one element, system dot here list dot remove. Okay, so you can remove from the specific index number if you want. Let's say if you want to remove the elements from index number 2, so you can return the value from that index number 2. Okay, so 0 1 2, so this 17 number will be removed. And again, if you want to check okay, if you want to check size again, or if you want to print list again, so we should not see in the last line that 17 number element. Okay, sorry, 17 one. Okay, so this will remove from that specific index number. Let's say if you want to replace, okay, if you want to replace, suppose the first element from 12 to 6, so what we can do is list dot set index number, the index number 0, and you want to set 6. So what will happen, 12 will be replaced with 6. Okay, and let's print that list. Okay, this is replaced now. And here with integer, what is the problem here is, I mean, remove. If you say here, let's say list dot remove, so whatever I'm passing in the integer value, it is just considering that the index number. If I have to pass, let's say this 19 number I want to remove, how can you pass? If I pass here 19, it will throw error. It will say like the 19 index is not there, but my expectation is I want to remove. See, if you see index out of bound exception, 19 is out of bound, so I want to remove. So basically you have to pass that object. Okay, so let's say, so integer at the value of, you can use let's say 19. So here it will return the object of that one, 19, and we can pass now we can see. Okay, so it will return actually the integer object here, and the 19 will be removed, and here we should not see in the last one. See, the 19 is removed. So here you have to pass this one, because that is the operated method. So this is how the basic method work. Size, first let's see add. It will add the new element in the list, and if you see the size, it will show the current size of the number of elements in that array list contains. It will show return true or false. If that element exists, it will return true, else false. Remove, if it will return that's value from index number. Okay, and here if you want to replace the specific index number, if you want to set on a specific index number, you can use set method. If you have remove, again you have to pass based on value, so you can pass the integer object and you can remove. Okay, let's say this is the simple example what I showed you. Let's show you the objects. How can we add object? That is the very important thing in the real time. Basically we add objects in the list we fetch from database, and we add in the store, we store in the list, and we use that, we process that list data. So if you want to add, let's see, I want to create a product class where I will be adding. So let's create a class as product, and let's generate a constructor, both element. Okay, just created. Now what I want is, instead of adding integer, what I will do is I will add product type of objects, okay, or element. So let's create in the same way, and here we have to specify product and list and a new array list. Now what we can do is, you cannot add here the integer, and if you try to add, it will give the compilation error, because we have specified here product type. Okay, so because that is generic. So let's add here product. So directly we can write here product 1-to-1, and we have to write a keyboard. Okay, I added in this way. Let's add 2 to 3, and if we're getting this new these many objects, okay, 4 objects, and try to add, let's change 1 2 2 1 3 and 1 4, and here let's change the product name as laptop mobile. Okay, and let's try to print list. What will happen if you try to print this one? So if you see, what I'm saying is product @ this is something hash code. Okay, the 4 elements we are seeing. So what we can do is, it will do, so here what we can do is, if you want to see the content, it's for testing only, but generally we don't print like that. So let's add twisting method. I want to print both. Okay, like that. So what will happen, for each element when it prints here, it will add twisting. So twisting method, this will execute, okay, and it will print as a object, sorry, its values. So you can see product here, the first object dot twisting, second object dot twisting, so we are able to see that element. Okay, now the interesting point here is, now let's use some more method. Okay, the more method is, let's say we don't need to do here explicitly twisting, so it will do twisting internally. Okay, so system.out. If you want to see the list dot size, what we should get 4, because I have added 4 elements. Okay, so to get 4 elements, let's do that one thing here. I will try to get the index of method. Okay, I want to get the index of laptop. Okay, I want to get the index of laptop. So what will happen, I will write list dot index of new product, and I will try to pass 1 2 3 and the same value laptop. What do you think? The index of method functionality is if that element found in that list, it will return that index number, else it will return -1. So I'm just passing the same value int 123 id and laptop, and if you try to print, what it will print is, it will print -1. Okay, what its meaning is, it is saying it's not found. Okay, it's not found meaning is, how can we say that it's not found? What is really happening? Let's understand a few more methods. Try to use list dot remove, and I will use object here. I will pass the object, it will true. It is two things actually. Remove meaning it will take the index number. If I pass 1, it will remove mouse here. Okay, it will remove for sure. Okay, let's do that. Here list, it will remove that second element. You can see mouse is not here. Okay, but I don't want to use this one. I don't have the index number. I have the element ID and element name. Based on that, I want to remove from the list. Okay, so what I will do is, I will try to system.out list.remove, and here I will pass the product object, and I will pass the same thing. Let's say I will pass 1 to 1 and keyboard. Okay, same way the first one I'm trying to remove, and let's print. It means we should not see the keyboard in the last when I'm printing. Okay, what will happen? Keyboard is there, it's not printing. It's not removing. Let's say if you want to check something, okay, system.out list.contents. If you want to check, do we have that product 122 and mouse? So contents method return true or false. If that element found in that list, it will return true. If not found, it will return false. So if you see both elements here, it will, if you removed, that element is removed, it will return false. If removed, it will return true. If not removed, it will return false. Contents again, if found true, not found false. So both either neither removed or neither contains that element as per this contains method. So why this is happening? Because when we added integer value, it was working. Now when I added the contents method, it's not working. So basically what is happening here, let's try to understand. So here I added all elements, 4 elements here added, and for all I use new operator. Okay, so whenever you are using in Java new operator, it will create object in memory. Okay, and for each time when you're using new one, it's no matter what is the content, it will create new space in memory. Okay, and it will have a separate unique address. Okay, that memory address. So even though if you have the same content ID, okay, both will be stored on the same place. Let's say if I'm adding here again, okay, the same content, it means 2 objects will be created with the new one, and both will have separate address in memory. Okay, both will be having a separate address, and all the addresses, this element address will be stored on the first index number, this element address will be stored on the second number, this will be stored on the third number, fourth number, and this will be stored on this fifth number. All the indexes, all the value actually in the memory address are different for these elements. Okay, let's say this element is stored on something x001. Okay, and let's say this one 1 2 3 and laptop, this is stored somewhere on x00, let's say 3. Okay, but if you are creating again here, if you're trying to find index of here, what will happen? Index of, okay, it is saying 1 2 3 laptop. Oh, so the address, okay, for this 1 2 3 will be also different one, because you are using new operator. So even though if you are writing the same content, it will create always unique. Okay, if you're using new operator, if memory is not available, JVM will crash, but it's guaranteed it will always create a new address, or it will always allocate a new location in memory if you are using new operator. So what will happen when you are calling this index top method? What is doing? It is comparing this object. Okay, it will take this object and dot equals method it will call. So it will call equals method first one. It is equals, no. Equals, second one mouse, no. Equals, no. So you will say that why it is not equals, because the content is same. So basically, if you don't override equals method, okay, if you don't override equals method, it goes inside object class. Okay, we have object class, there we have equals method, and equals method internally compare the reference one. Okay, it's internally compare reference one. Let's say I will show you, I will debug and show you here. Let me add the debug point, and I'm trying to debug this one. Okay, let's say it's going and go here inside. Okay, it's step into index of method. Here ArrayList, go inside here, ArrayList. Okay, it will come here. See, you can see here, this is the method, index of range. Actually it is trying to compare based on equals method. Okay, so whatever element we are passing, that element number, it will compare the first element from the array list, 0 index, 1 index, to using equals operator. And equals operator inside object class we have, this method will be called. So this comparison will happen. So this meaning whatever we are passing in index of method, and this meaning is from index 0, 1, 2, 3 it will pass, and it will compare based on double equal to operator. And it is comparing this one, means it will compare the reference, what value we have in that index number. So that index number contains what address. Okay, so this address, and that for each element address will be always different. What is happening, just take it simple. This means it will compare whatever you are passing here, this one, this address will be compared against all elements, and it won't match. Why? Because you are creating new one, so you are passing in index of, you are passing a new address. Okay, in that address whatever we have is stored in the list index number, I mean all the index number, it won't match with anyone. Okay, now what I want is I don't want to worry about the address, one address or a store. Basically I want to perform based on element ID, sorry, this content. Okay, so if you want to change the behavior of equals method, by default if you don't override, then equals method in parent class are executed. Okay, which is inside object class, inside this one. So it will compare address. Okay, so got it. So let's understand one more time. List dot index of meaning here is, if you are writing new operator, so the new address will be created. Okay, and from new object, and it will compare using equals operator, sorry, equals method, and it will compare against all the elements. And here all are unique because we have a store using new one. Okay, all are unique, it won't match with any of the object. Okay, that's why it will return -1. Same thing happening in remove one. Remove will also do that comparison, if found or not. If found, then it will remove. Contents here do same thing, founds or not, it will internally call index of method. If index -1 means not found, if it is positive it means found. So all the methods internally do comparison using equals method, and in equals method if you don't override, what it will do, it will compare address. And if you are using new operator here, if you are passing okay new object, it won't match because it's always unique if you are using new operator. How can you fix that? So go inside product class and just override the equals method, and override what you want is, you want to return true. Okay, if equals method return true, meaning index of it will compare one by one. Return true meaning that index found, element found. So let's generate equals method here. It will ask for both, but don't okay, override, we will remove. Okay, so remove for now hash code method. We don't need this hash code method. Okay, in array list that required in hash set and hash collection. So here what it will do is, equals method you can compare, it will check if reference are same. Okay, or okay, I don't want to make it complex for you, simple thing, let's do that. Product, okay, p1 equal to o, and let's compare typecast to this one, product. Okay, sorry. Oh, and let's compare with p1 and p1. So what I'm comparing, this dot id, okay, who is calling this dot id is equal to p1 dot id, means two comparison. The first who will call this method, and the second what we are passing in that index of, sorry, equals method. It will compare both. If both are same, it means it will return true, means object are same. It's no matter what are the address for those two objects. So what will happen now, if you just comment all lines here, so index of method, this one, it should return now 0 1 2. Okay, it will return 2. Okay, let's run, sorry, let's run here. So it's returning true 2 now, because it is comparing content. Again, it is calling in equals method only, but equals method, if we have defined in product class, it will use this equals method, else it will go in parent equals method, and parent object, it will compare addresses or reference of that object. That's why it was returning -1. Now let's say if you want to remove, it will work for all now. If you try to remove and try to print here, just remove, let's say, so it will remove that. Sorry, here index number, I don't want to remove based on index number. So index of, sorry, the index of, it is printing 2. Now what I want is, I want to remove this one, keyboard. Okay, let's remove. See, we are not seeing here keyboard, and this one is also true. Okay, I mean, it is printing this one, remove will return true. If that element found and it was removed, it will return true. Okay, and if you want to see the contents method, mouse is there, yes, contents is there. Oh, sorry, contents is not there, because 1 to 1 mouse, 1 to 2 is mouse. Okay, so if you write here 2, it will return true. See, true. So what will happen is, let's add this after that, contents method. So these two are clear, it's found and removed. What will happen here is 1 to 2, and here is mouse. Okay, so it will return true, because 1 to 2 and mouse is found. If you change here something, let's say 2, so it will not found, it will return as a false. Okay, and it is the case with the same one. If both matches, then only it will remove from the array list. Okay, it will found, because it's comparing both one. If you want to compare only based on ID, okay, if you want to compare only based on ID, then we can also do that. Let's say just remove these all things. Okay, and what I want is, if someone say that I will give you product ID, and you have to get the details of that product in the list. So maybe currently we have only 2 things here. We may have the 10 20 fields in this one, but based on ID I want to find. Okay, how can you do that? Based on ID, system.out, let's create only one object required here. Based on ID I want to compare. So first of all, I will have to change here. Okay, instead of comparing name, just compare ID. If ID are equal, it's fine. Okay, both objects are equal, it's no matter what is name. So let's say if someone entered, let's say, what I want is, I will take input. Okay, or first let me do that based on ID. Okay, so int ID equal to, let's say, 122. Okay, I want to get this product detail. So based on ID, what I will do is, I will create one object, product, and even I don't need to pass that one. Let me define one more constructor, so it will be better. Okay, let's write one constructor here based on ID. Okay, so what I want is, I will create one product. Okay, product and ID 122. So someone entered 122, and I want to find the details of that one. So what can I do is, list dot, okay, get. The first get means I don't know index number. So what I will have to do is, I will have to get the index of that one. Okay, so int here index, sorry, index. Okay, and list dot index of I will try to get. Okay, index of product. So what will happen, there is no name here, I'm not passing name. If you want, you can pass. Okay, let's say if you want, I have both constructor I have. If you want to pass, let's say ABC. ABC is not there because now the comparison will happen based on ID. Okay, it's no matter what is the name. Okay, so product dot index of I will pass, it will return the index number and it will check. Okay, if index is not equal to -1, if found, then you can print here what, list dot get. If I know the index, then I can get. Else what can I do is system dot out. Okay, let's say element not found or product not found, product not found. Okay, so in this way okay, let's print. Okay, so you found product number, what is mouse? Okay, I mean the name is mouse in this one. So based on ID we are able to search. Let's say instead of doing this one, what you want is you want to write a scanner what is called this one, and you want to take input from your keyboard, and let's write here int ID. Okay, and scanner dot next int you want to read. Okay, and here you want to print system dot out or enter product ID. So based on ID, what I want is I will pass here ID. Sorry, ID. So based on ID, we will search from the list, and let's see. Enter ID, it is asking. Let's say 1 to 1. It is printing 1 to 1 is found. Let's say if you want to say 1 to 4. Mobile. So 2 elements you added, it will try to get first one. Okay, if you want to get last index of, you can write last index of, you will search from this order. Okay, so it found. If you enter something, let's say 1 product not found. Okay, so it's a very important here to override equals method. Okay, if you don't override equals method, like based on what comparison you want to consider both objects are equal. Okay, so if you are not overriding here, all the objects are having the unique reference, and if you are passing again the new product you are creating here, it will have a different, I mean the new address. It will never match if you just comparing the address, because equals method in object class is called, and that compare reference. Okay, so this is how we can do that. Let's say let's do some question based on this one using Java 8 streaming. Let's say you want to print all elements here like that, so you can convert in a stream. It will then you can use for each. Okay, and for each here e element, and you can write bracket here system dot out, and you want to print. So it will print here one by one element like that. First element, 2 element, second element. Okay, so suppose you want to do something else. Maybe what you want is list dot stream, you want to filter. Okay, so filter, it will pass one element. Okay, so if you want to see that how it works is predicate like that, test it will call. Okay, if you use lambda expression here, you want to convert that in lambda. If you return false here, okay, so it won't get the end one. If you just say let's say I have a filter and I want to collect and collector dot to list. Okay, and here you can store that element somewhere, let's say product list, and you want to print again product list. Let's say we're not getting anything. Okay, so based on this one, if you test, if you return filter means true, if you want to pick that element, then you have to return true. So based on condition I want to return. Okay, based on condition means, let's say product ID let's say is greater than suppose 1 2 3. Okay, it's greater than 1 2 2. Okay, so it will return that element 1 2 3 and 1 2 4. So I will be getting here, see, 1 2 3 and 1 2 4. We have two elements. Okay, so this we can write. If you want to convert this in lambda expression, just you can create lambda expression like that. We can write, you will get product, and then you can write your condition here. Okay, to filter the elements. If you want, let's say someone say that get the list of only product name. Okay, so from this one I want to get list of this one keyword. I mean list of all the name from this one. So what you have to do is you have to first make a string and map. Okay, map means you can convert that elements. You want to basically generate something from this one new thing. You want to generate from one object to something. So you can transform that. Okay, so let's say I will get here product, and what I will return is collector. Let's select here to list. But here I have product logic. What I want to return basically. Okay, so map here is what I want is I will return product dot get name. So what will happen is it will just transform whatever returning that it will create a new what's called list. Okay, here I say string list. Okay, string list. So what we see, let's remove that. You'll see here only mouse keyboard mapper. If you without collector here, without collecting, what you want is you got the correct one name, and after that what you want is you want to apply again map. Okay, you want to again map, or you want to again filter. You want to apply filter, let's say from this one before comparing to this string, and you will get the list of element, and you want to filter. So same thing, you will get element and e dot. Let's say what it's called. Let's say I have keyword. Okay, start with k. Sorry, you want to start with k. Then you can convert this to list also. You can collect one. Okay, see, I got one. Okay, so here you can filter, or let's say you want to filter, I want to make a capital letter all. Okay, let's say here before converting to this, let's say what I want is I want to apply map. So one map to transform this product object to a string, and now I want to transform that string to something else. You want to apply filter, you want to mapping I want is. So I will get strings here, and that string I want to convert to uppercase. Okay, to list or to list, or maybe if you have old or any character. Okay, so let's see, you will see all the elements in the capital letter. Okay, this is how you can do before converting. Let's say if I want to comment this line, and here this one before converting I have the capital letter. So then I want to make it distinct. Okay, I want to use this thing to return unique. Okay, you want to make it count, find any, you want to search. Okay, or you want to print all, maybe for which you can do again you can do here like system.out.println and e. Sorry, if you do e, so if you want to return this one list, so you can remove this one. Let's say if you print all something, comment this one. So it will just print like that one element. Okay, so like that you can use this one. And okay, so in this way we can use ArrayList. Most important where we can use is these all things. Basically this all data maybe stored on database, and we are fetching, and we are processing, or we are returning to the UI side, or we can make API call, and the API call will return the list of products or list of customer. That data we are getting and storing in the list, and we are processing. We are doing filter, we are doing search, remove, so multiple operation, whatever we want we perform on that ArrayList. Okay, so that's all about in this video. If you have any question about this video, so just let me know, or anything if you have doubt in this video, so just let me know in the comment. I will reply to your question. And thanks for watching this video. Okay, we will see you in the next video soon. Thanks.